based on the Mayan calendar of wave harmonics and resonant fields and the liberation of the mind. Now, the Olmec Mayan calendar is a calendar that is based on resonating fields of how the earth is changing its magnetism. The magnetism of the planet is dropping. When the planet's magnetism drops, the electricity begins to rise, and that's when consciousness rises. We, in conscious lockdown, the consciousness lockdown that we're in at this time is based upon a magnetic field lockdown. The heavier the magnetic field, the more fucking dumb we become. Because magnetism, the magnetic lag of an electrical pulse, creates a lag field. And that's what the earth has been in for the last 13,000 years. But every 13,000 years, the earth's magnetic field begins to drop to what is known as 0 point relativity. This 0 point is when the earth itself stops spinning. Now the electrical field raises, and what happens? Consciousness, DNA, blood cells, memories, extra-dimensional contact, all of that shit begins to happen. And this is documented in the Bible when they speak about the time that the earth and the sun stood still. When the magnetic field drops, that's what this whole calendar is about. 2012, between 2012 and 2017, the Earth's magnetic field is going to drop to 0 point. When that shit happens, baby, watch it. Because everybody who's vibrating on the frequency now is going to start taking off. That's why preparation is necessary now. You can't fuck around and say at December 21st, 2012, oh shit, time to get ready. Because it'll be too late by that time. Why? Because if your blood cells, if your what's the conduits, the nerve cells and the neurons and the synapses, if those things aren't put together properly, you're going to burn the fuck out. You're going to start catching fire and spontaneous combustion and shit. Do I sound crazy? Well, I hope I do. The current Mayan calendar covers the period 3113 BC to 2012 AD, which is a period of about 5,125 years. Unlike other ancient calendars, it has never been in error. Never. Because the Mayans were timekeepers. All its predictions have been accurate. The Mayans of Mexico, or the Olmecs of the Mexican region, were master mathematicians and time worshippers. They understood time and space more accurately than anyone. They knew the planet Earth would come into synchronization with the universe by 2012 AD. By 2012, we will have reached a total eclipse of time as we know it, and an entry of humanity into something called post-history. Something that was already declared and set down for us by the ancestors that went before us. Everybody talk about prehistory. We're talking about post-history. We're talking about after this bullshit. There is a paradigm coming. Part of the Olmec prophecy was the harmonic convergence prophecy, which was said that the age of materialism must end at this time, and we must return to nature to save ourselves and the planet, our biosphere. Under the Gregorian calendar, we are living a fundamental dogmatic era in time. Use of the calendar in everyday life will help heal the planet, break the vicious link between time and money, and bring oneness and understanding to humanity. The Olmec prophecy says that we will soon not need money, and about the same time, we will have universal telepathy, the ability to think on shit and see people and understand what they want immediately. You ever see these babies coming today? A month or two, they're looking at you like this. It's like, you know, what's your shit? It better be correct. Don't come over here with no bullshit. And they look at you. My grandchild look at me like that. And stare at you like they know what they're thinking. Don't fuck with these little ones. That's why you can't be bullshitting now. They're going to see right through you. And what the fuck is this with hip-hop? Please tell me. All you brothers and sisters out there in hip-hop. And I'm speaking to you all. What can I tell you? I got to talk to you all about it. Because I consider an elder. And I got to speak to you all about this shit. Now, when I told you that we are in a feminized society, I got a lot of flack. A lot of sisters didn't like what I was saying, but hey, you know, about brothers, we all fucked up, and you hear about how fucked up we are every day. But nobody was talking about how fucked up the sisters were. And I took the time and told y'all. The thing is that the brothers couldn't tell this to the sisters because the sisters could argue your shit down. Women like to argue. They're good at arguing. But I'm better. See, the problem was that the brothers didn't have the conversation to kick it back. So we didn't know what the fuck to say when y'all was saying it. But the wounded womb gave us a conversation. And the women who didn't understand and overstand hated me for that. But it was all right, because after they read it, they saw that it was all love. What happened is that for the last 30 years, we have been feminized as a society, and I'm going to show you how. Brothers in hip-hop, you have become more bitch than a little bit, and I'm going to show it and prove it to you. It comes with an insidious behavior that could only be female. And you have to notice it, because if you don't see it for what it is, based upon how the times are, you let that shit fly right over your head. What do I mean? What is it that a woman got more of than she got food? Shoes. Check. What is this with the brothers in hip-hop? That if these motherfuckers got one little scratch on their Timberlands, they throw that shit out and buy another one. Hold that thought. And think about that for a minute. What the fuck is a Timberland boot? What? It's a goddamn work boot. This shit's supposed to look like you working in them. But these brothers are walking around here with shoes that look like you just took them off the fucking shelf. And if they don't look like that when you put them back on tomorrow, you buy another one. That's bitch. The women got you so fucking hog-tied that if you don't look clean constantly, like you just came to fuck off of a mannequin window, they don't want to have nothing to do with you. So now you done become bitched up, and if your shoes get scuffed, you want to shoot a motherfucker for stepping on your feet. You're supposed to be all fucking conscious. The fuck is that? You're supposed to be a soldier. You're supposed to be a gorilla. What the fuck are you talking about? My shoes got scuffed. I gotta buy another one. That's a woman's thought. Your clothes is materialism. That's woman shit. I don't mind them doing that. That's them. But when you do it, brother, where's your manhood? The fuck you thinking about that shit for? Worrying about your damn clothes and whether what your label's showing, ABX and all this shit. Only women think about that shit. You're supposed to be nation building. Now, if hip-hop wants to talk with me, I'm always open. But until you see that that's a psychosomatic, psychoaesthetic, psychopathetic way of acting, that you got to worry about your goddamn shoes and what you're wearing on your ass, you got to check about the bitch that's coming up inside of you. And I say that with all love.